Here is a very quick video to describe how to use my new idea called Improve Faster. In front of you, this is the riff manual that all children get in my guitar lessons. It's full of lots of bits of songs. There are a few complete songs, but normally you will just get, say, the start of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and some of this is actually all of Happy Birthday, I think. Some of James Bond and some of Smoke on the Water. So the idea with Improve Faster is that the children can apply any of these words to a piece of music that they're learning in order to get the most learning out of that small piece of music, and also to stimulate homework ideas, home practice ideas, and hopefully change the way that they view music and the way that they think about a piece of music. So, for example, if we were looking at Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we'd have initial attempt, which most of them will be fine at. Then you could pick any of these words in any order, I guess, to take the piece further. So if you look at memorize, which is quite obvious, the pupil will memorize the piece. Perform, can they perform it in front of friends and family? Take it to the next level, could they perform it in front of their class? Lots of them perform in school anyway, so that's something that they'll get to do. Reorder, this is more of a creative one. So for example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, maybe it's quite obvious, but you could reverse it, or you could change the strings, or I encourage them to take a little section instead and just mess around with that, maybe mess around with the timing of it. So they're using this as an inspiration, but in the end, the reordering would hopefully sound quite different to the original song. So that's the idea with that one. Okay, own it, which is, I see ownership of a song as you know it so well that you're kind of adding your own interpretation to a piece of music. So that's what I'd consider owning it. Vocalize, can you sing the notes that you're playing? This is quite an interesting one. You can find out whether you can sing in tune, I guess. Ensemble, playing the piece of music with a group, can be difficult, can be challenging for some pupils. Fingers, are you using the right fingers on the fretting hand? The correct selection of fingers, the most useful and efficient selection of fingers. Also, with the picking hand, are you using just your thumb or just your finger or even a plectrum? So that's something to look at. Authentic, is your piece of music sounding like the actual thing should sound? So, for example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it's like a kind of a lullaby, isn't it? I guess. So, obviously, you play it light, you play it sympathetic to what the mood of the song is. That kind of bleeds into this next one. Subtleties. Are you being authentic to how the song should sound? Are you playing it at the right speed? Does it sound like the original thing, basically? Teach someone else. This can be useful in the way that you will reinforce what you know, and also taking someone who doesn't know how to play the guitar at all, for example, a younger brother or sister, or an older brother or sister, or a cousin or a friend. You'll be taking them right back to basics, and in a way taking yourself right back to basics and explaining how to get the best notes, where to put your fingers, that kind of thing. And so I see that as a good way of reinforcing your learning. Entirety, as I said, many of the songs in the riff manual are sections of songs. So rather than learning a small piece, it's like, can you take it further and learn the entire piece, whether you research that yourself or whether you figure it out yourself or whether you ask me or that kind of thing. Read and write. At the moment, we read tablature, which is the numbers, and it's always useful to see, are you reading it correctly? Can you tell which string is which? This lowest line is your low E string. This top line is your high E string. So are you reading it correctly? Lots of times children will attempt these pieces and play them on the wrong strings, but they just need to look a little closer. Also, at some point, we'll be moving on to notation, and you'll need to know basically what these what these notes mean and which notes that they represent. So that's a higher level of learning. So that's the idea with it, really. And hopefully there'll be some tweaks, I'm sure. But hopefully, as a basic idea, that should work. So hopefully that's been helpful. Okay.